We begin today with breaking news. The judge presiding over the Larry Millete murder trial has just ruled the prosecutor will remain on the case. And so for now, the trial will begin on May 11th as scheduled. Good afternoon. I'm Marcella Lee.
I'm Carlo Cicchetto. News 8's Kelly Hessedal was in the courtroom and joins us live. Kelly, what can you tell us about today's proceedings?
Yeah, and I can tell you this hearing was definitely tense, but right after the judge made that ruling, I looked over at the deputy DA and you could just see this wave of relief on her face. So you could imagine she has been tied to this case for the past 5 years, so this was really an important moment for her. Now, this hearing went on for nearly an hour and a half, and we heard from Larry Millete's defense team first, and its arguments centers on what happened during the preliminary hearing, and it accuses Deputy DA Christy Bowles of failing to correct testimony that it says was false. So there was a lot of talk about this testimony from a Chula Vista detective that they say downplayed an affair between Maya Millete and her co-worker. He testified it went on briefly in 2020, which the defense says that affair actually went on for months, all the way up until January 7th of 2021 when she went missing. Now, the defense claimed there was a pattern with this prosecutor of things like this happening, and its argument was if she's willing to do this during the preliminary hearing, what is she willing to do at trial? Now, the DA's office pushed back on all of this, saying there's no evidence of misconduct, no evidence Deputy DA Bowles did anything wrong, and it went through each allegation in the defense's motion point by point, basically saying you have no case. The AG's office then chimed in and said not only does there not appear to be any misconduct, there's no conflict of interest either. Your claim that the hundreds of deputy DAs in the entire office can't be fair, there's just no evidence of that. And in the end, the judge agreed, stating that is Deputy DA Bowles will remain on this case, and we move forward with trial, which is scheduled to begin in a little over a week. So back out here live, I can tell you Maya Millete's sister, Mary Chris, she was here. She was not allowed to sit in on the proceedings because she is going to be a witness at the trial. But I asked her for her reaction to this news, and she told me she cried as she says that her family is just anxious to move forward. Marcella and Carlo.
Kelly, we all know Maya's family has been waiting to move forward for such a long time. It has been years. Meanwhile, I know the judge is still deciding on which evidence and exhibits the jury will and won't be allowed to see when trial begins. Has there been anything interesting coming out of that part of the proceedings?
Yeah, and there was a big ruling by the judge yesterday. So the defense had planned at trial to give this theory to the jury that if Maya Millete is no longer alive, then it's possible that that coworker she was having an affair with, that he could have been responsible for her death. But the judge said, no, you cannot do that. He cited case law and said there isn't enough evidence proving that this man did anything wrong. Therefore, you cannot point the finger at him. So at this point, we're just going to have to see which theory the defense brings before the jury once trial begins.
But it looks like there's a clearer path for that trial to begin, something I know the family is very much looking forward to. Kelly Hessedal reporting for us. Thanks, Kelly.